instruments that we've done, I've been responsible for teaching left hand this week. That is, so they establish their fingering and they learn their fingered notes on the A and the D strings. And next we learned our notes on the D string. We're going to do a song for you called On the Trail. It's number 12, okay? And violins and violas, let's go ahead and do this one up in play position. Let's quickly review our Statue of Liberty. All right, we used a little game to get the instruments set up. Statue of Liberty. Flip it over like a pizza, point to the end button, foam on your shoulder. Turn and look to the left and scoot around in your chair. Cellos, your instrument should be up by your Tarzan bone. Okay, everybody find your first pitch, which is G. Violins and violas, 3 fingers down, cellos 4. Here we go, on the trail.
12, on the trail.
Left arm there, so you have a little support, no chicken wings. The contest we've done this week, we've done various contests, is to make sure they can keep the starburst on throughout the song. Okay, let's try On the Trail one more time. See who can keep the starburst on.
On the trail.
A good left-hand position and gets them to maintain that throughout a song, okay? All right, go ahead and find your first pitch to Good King Wenceslas. And sitting up nice and tall, feet flat on the floor, no cracked eggs, no chicken wings. Okay, here we go. Good King.
21, Good King Wenceslas.
Christmas in August. Don't forget to repeat.
Down the D scale.
Don't forget the colors written in them. Okay, banjo guitar position. And
37, Carolina Breeze.
song to present to you as part of our left-hand training this week. Violins and violas, go ahead and stand up. The next piece we're going to do is Mary Had a Little Lamb from Memory. Let me check the number on that. Some of you may be wondering why we didn't start with the bow right away. String instruments being a little bit complex at the beginning requires us to separate the skills and really start with either the right or the left hand. Try to solidify that before we throw too many things into the mix. So it just takes a little while to get each set up properly before we put both together. Okay? Number 17, rolling along, Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, violins up to play position, feet shoulder width apart. And first note, F sharp. 3 fingers, cellos. Here we go, from memory.
17, rolling along.
It's been a great 2 weeks, and thanks for letting us borrow your children for 2 weeks and work with them. It's been a whole lot of fun for all of us here, I think, hopefully for the students as well as for us, the teachers. Ms. Gaedeke alluded to why we start separately on each of the different skills. The 2 hands in string playing, as actually in their piano playing a little bit, do basically completely different things. And so it seems to help if we sequence it by throwing them one new thing at a time, rather than here you go and try to do it all at once. These students already have the first component, which is note reading. They came here with that knowledge already from their piano study. So we start with building on that with the note names and the fingerings using pitches, and that way we also get to play songs right away, some of which they know, like Mary Had a Little Lamb we got to pretty quickly within the first few days. Then the group starts to chomp at the bit a little bit. Well, I know this thing, we're supposed to use this. When are we going to do this? And fortunately in this accelerated class we were able to get to that fairly quickly. What I'd like to do is to show you a little bit of the sequence that we did in terms of learning to hold the bow properly. It's got to be balanced in a certain way and held in a certain way to make a good sound on the string. So, orchestra, let's go ahead and put our instrument in a safe place. And violins and violas, you need to put your straw in right now. And let's go ahead and take our bow and just do as I do. We'll start with the left hand. Okay. And we're switched around today. We've been facing the other way, so I've told them towards the lockers with this part of the bow. Now we have to kind of adjust. And a lot of what I will do is just show them, and they just sort of monkey see, monkey do. It looks a little bit silly at first, but it saves a lot of time and a lot of confusion rather than me saying, put your finger in this place. If I show them Sometimes it gets through a little bit quickly because we're all visual learners to a certain extent. Okay, the first guy. We made up a story. There are 5 guys by the side of the pool, and they're not supposed to jump in. The first one followed, and they hung their feet in the water. The 4th guy laid his hand in the water and got kind of sleepy, so he's going to lean against there. And then the last guy just blew off the rules completely. He jumped in and came up for air underneath. And there is the bow hold. And this is a way sort of to help them remember how the sequence goes and to get it right every time so that the repetition, first of all, is less tedious and also more accurate. Okay, let's take our bows. Shoot some rockets. And if you saw check your bow hand one last time. And rest your bow on the first marker by the straw or the cleaner on your D string and play after me. Go. Big statue of liberty lift. Great. Lift, set, and settle on the A string. Settle that elbow. No shooting airplanes. Echo me. Ready? Go and. Okay, relax for just a second. So for 2 weeks of work, we already have what for a beginning class is a basic characteristic tone quality. There's very little scratch in there. It's a fairly full sound, and we've actually learned to make a smooth sound with very little stop. And so all of these things are fundamentals to get a basic tone quality going so that they know what they're listening for. Let's play you a couple of open string songs that we've done from the book, number 48 and 49. That's over on page 16. And then we'll do you one other song. And, okay, go ahead and play position as soon as you get your book set. All right, good. Nice and tall. Let's go. D string.
Bow on the D string.
So we've already at both thumbs. Make sure it's still bent. Okay, and rest the bow on the A string.
Bow on the A string.
So we've gotten all of these things going. The other component of this is to train the ear. And I actually was very pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure we'd be able to do this for today. But these folks have good enough ears that we were actually able to put everything together, do one song with fingers and the right hand with the bow. And you'll know this old standard. This is hot cross buns. We're going to start on F sharp in play position. Everybody go ahead in front 4 inches of your chair. Check your position. Okay, find F sharp. Watch your egg there, violins, violas. Make sure we're nice and straight out there. Okay, no chicken wings in the cellos. Looks good, cello. Okay, here we go. Our last song for you, hot cross buns. Ready? F sharp. 1, 2, ready. Here we go.
first concert. They're tuning up the instruments. He's on the very back row, as far back as you can get. I'm trying to hold the camera still, it's really hard. Today's date is March 12th, 2002. Reads on his machine. Daniel would enjoy this. I think this is the warming up.
Thrilled about the growth. We are thrilled about the accomplishments of our young people. I had the pleasure to kind of hang out and around school lots of times, and some of these folks were coming in tonight and tuning up and getting ready. They were excited about tonight. We're in for a real treat. It's good to see you and all of our good friends that have been so faithful to the strings program here in Hilliard City Schools. Under Mr. Regal's leadership,
We'll begin our program tonight with the All-City 5th Grade Orchestra. This is from 7 different elementary schools, and I'll turn it over to Mrs. Selma Piles.
Well, you're in a real treat as we are, because we never practice all together except for about 5 minutes before the concert. So we're excited to hear what's going to happen. We're going to start off with French folk tune, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and then orchestra's Fun Ho Down.
Leslie Scholl, and I'm the orchestra director at Memorial Middle School and at Tioga Darby Elementary. And we're going to do a tune where the basses are going to come up front. And students, if you brought your hat or bandana, you can put it on. Take a moment to do that. This is a piece called Orchestra's Fun, and it has a lot of interesting rhythms. It's kind of a fiddle tune. We hope you enjoy it. I'm going to perform with them. And it features our bass players. They will do a pizzicato part with me at the beginning, and I have Miss Ryan is in the back playing on the piano, helping out. If you've never seen an electric violin or viola, this is what it looks like. They come in very many colors and styles, and it's going to amplify my sound, so it's going to help keep everybody together.